Hi and welcome to the Underground Cookery School fortnightly video podcast. Today I'm going to show you how to bone a chicken. I've got a lovely free-range chicken here. You can tell it's free-range because instead of having one of those awful stumps, you've actually got a nice long bit of leg and thigh. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take my ring off because I think it's quite a nice idea. Although my wife may not think so. And we're going to take the trussing off. Now this has been rinsed beforehand, so I'm not going to do it again. We'll get that off. And the first job that we need to do is to take the leg and the thigh off. Now the most common mistake that people make is they just cut round the leg, but actually what you want to do is go all the way down to the thigh as well. So you've got the leg bone there and the thigh bone there. And because I've taken it all the way round, I've pretty much gone to the end of the line there, you'll find that it just snaps out of the joint. And what I'm going to do now is cut round that joint. I'll do the same on the other side, so I'm just going to go all the way back round, just loosen that up, and just by getting underneath, so if you actually put your hand along the thigh bone, it will snap out of the joint, and we can now take that off. So if you think about it, we've got one bone that goes along there and one bone that goes along there, and if we cut straight through the middle, and you can actually feel it by moving the joint, you will actually joint those two pieces. So the leg on there, sorry, thigh rather, and the same here, you can see where that joint is just by putting your finger over it. There's the thigh. Although strictly speaking you don't need to take the feet off, I'm going to, again, you just break it at the joint and then cut straight through. Right, what you could do if you wanted to is actually roast that off as a crown. That's called the crown. And the breasts, because they would have been cooked on the carcass, would have been lovely and moist. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to supreme one side and just take the fillet off the other, because that shows a nice bit of variety. So I think what we'll do first is we're going to take that whole wingtip off. If I make an incision along here, you can actually see where the joint is. You can see where it is there, and I can actually now just cut straight inside that, and off comes the wing. So that can go up there. I'm now going to take the fillet off. There's a bone that runs all the way down the breast, unsurprisingly called the breastbone, and if you put the knife inside it, press the blade against and move all the way down to the wishbone. Just going to turn the bird around the other way so that I can work this blade all the way along here, and actually just using that part of the knife, what I'm going to do is just slash away, and actually I'm going to start slashing away at the bone just before where the flesh is, and you'll find that the fillet peels off like that. So you have the breast there, and I promised that we would do the supreme, which is where you've got the wing bone just sticking out. So you've got 1, 2, 3 joints on the wing. I'm going to cut it at the first, so that wing tip goes up on there, and that's our supreme. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing. So before, what you may remember is I put the knife in and just pressed and moved all the way down one and then the other end. I'm going to do exactly the same now. So you put the knife in, go all the way to the end, and same again, down to the wishbone, and then just using that part of the knife, I'm just going to very delicately slash away at the bone to ensure that that comes off in one piece. Now, if I just keep working, you'll find that I'm looking for it, but there's the joint, and if I cut inside that joint, the fillet comes off in one piece. Now I've got the carcass there, which I'm going to put it over here for the moment just to get it out of the way. But here's that breast fillet. And what I'm going to do now, and this is purely just for presentation, I think it looks nicer, I'm just going to strip away some of the flesh from that bone, and there you have what I think is a very nice, just tidying that up, is a very nice Supreme. In the 80s they made a little chef's hat on there. Thanks for watching the Underground Cookery School fortnightly video podcast. If you've got any ideas, just send me an email via the website and hope to see you soon.